So this week we are going to learn another fun way to open a bottle of beer. It's similar to the one we had last week where we need our speed opener. Some people call it a Mamba, I just call it a speed opener. You can get these for about $1 either at your local liquor store, grocery store, or go to barproducts.com. I really recommend. I take a beer bottle. I like to use Bud Light. I'll show you why in just a minute versus some of the other bottles. But the move looks just like this. All right, just like so. We're popping it off, shooting it way up in the air. And here we have one fresh cold beer ready to drink. A few things to really note on this one. One, like I said, practice at home. Make sure, I can't stress this enough, don't do this at work if you're not ready for it, if you're not comfortable with it, if you can't do it really well most of the time. It'll just look like you're futzing around with a beer bottle. And in some instances, you'll actually end up breaking the beer bottle. If you do it wrong, which I did on my very first take, you'll end up with a beer bottle that actually pulls the whole cap off and some of the glass too. You can see that. So that's obviously not good. If I was at work, I would have just wasted one of my owner's beers. So that's never acceptable. Practice it enough at home. Get a case of beer and practice it until you can do it right at least 90% of the time. If not more so, since when you screw up, you'll end up wasting some of the product. Really, the way the move works is taking the bottle, like so. Some people come from the inside, like this, and pull up. Other people, like me, like to come from the outside, so where your wrist is actually over the bottle. So there's here or here. Really doesn't matter what you use. Do whatever's most comfortable for you. I like to do it on this side, although when I started I did do it on this side. But I've come over to, and really all I'm doing is pulling up. I'm pulling straight up. Don't worry about trying to come over at it and trying to actually like lift the top off like this. It's really more about pulling straight. From straight at you, it's just pulling straight out towards you. And what it'll do is this will catch right on the lid and pop the top right off. So practice that one. Be careful if the bottle is a little shaken up. A lot of people, it'll foam over, give them a little bit more head than you'd like. Sometimes if you hit it just wrong, it'll actually foam out a lot. So you can either put your speed opener over the top of it, that usually stops it, or like I said, practice it until you can avoid having those problems. But again, the way it works is, let's grab it with a bottle that has a cap on here, is I pull up from here and just lift straight up like that. Practice it. It may seem difficult at first, like you're doing something wrong, like you're not going to get it right. Really just comes down to practicing it. And like I said, try either the inside and pull up like that. So it's going here and pull up, or try the outside. See which one works better for you. Two other things to note. One, make sure you're not pointing this at anybody. It seems like common sense, but when you're at work, if it's busy, depending if you have a small bar or it's a big open space, regardless, if there are other people around you, be aware of the other people around you. Nothing does Flair a bigger disservice than if you're learning these moves and you just shoot a bottle cap and hit your bartender, your boss, or even worse, the customer that you have that it's his first time in your bar, and you just hit him in the head with a beer cap. So really avoid doing that. Also could be really bad if you pop off the top like that, and it does come with a little bit of the glass, the leftovers from here. That can be really dangerous. So one, get good enough where you're not breaking glass. Two, never aim this at someone. Either aim it straight up, never obviously aim it at yourself, but aim it straight up, or point to a wall and do it that way. The last thing that I have to note is that I really prefer to do these on Bud Light bottles, whether it's Bud Light, Budweiser, Bud Select, anything that has that shape to the bottle. I really like Miller, and I really like a lot of other beer products, but the nice thing about this lip is that you can see right here, it's got, other than this little lip, it's got a really smooth way that you can pull right up off of that. The problem is that Miller products in particular, but a lot of other ones, this is a great local beer in Madison from Capital Brewery. They have this lip right here, and I will find myself, I used to do it, and I know plenty of other Flair bartenders that have no problem doing it off these. For some reason, I can't. I have broken more bottles than I care to, so I stopped doing it. Know your limits. But you have this lip right here that as you pull up, more often than not, you can see you're going to catch right on that and end up pulling the whole top of the beer bottle off with some broken glass. So go ahead and practice it if you want at home with whatever your favorite bottle of beer is, but make sure at work you're doing ones that you know you can do it safe on. So that is the beer bottle pop. Practice, and good luck. Actually, also before I go, I know there's plenty of other ways to open beer bottles. I've seen it before. I've seen a bunch of different ones before where people like take a speed opener and slide it up, or hit it and shoot the bottom out, anything like that. If you have your own beer bottle trick, your own beer bottle opening a trick or doing something with beer bottles, love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Post it on here as a video response to mine, and I'll be happy to show it to other people, and would love to learn. Practice and good luck.